Hope everyone's doing well. Just give me a few minutes to get set up. I'm just waiting for others to join in and we'll get started this evening. Again, I hope everyone had a good weekend. Let's put on some music while we wait. I hope everyone can hear me just fine too. Let's see. Yeah, Max. Okay.
My whispers low tonight, like stained cards in the pale moonlight. A shadow moves, the gator blinks, the swamp decides what your future thinks. Cajun hands steal the Creole face, shuffle the deck, it's never too late. Black-eyed queen and a fool collide. The cards don't lie, they don't take sides. A crawfish clatters, the ear stands still. The priestess knows what the spirits will. Red-eyed moss drips down like a curse. Each flip of the tarot makes it worse. Swamp fog thick, secrets to keep. The bayou dreams while the voodoo weeps. Cajun hands steal the Creole.
Hey, Ashley, I hope all is well.
Shuffle the deck, it's never too late. Black-eyed queen and a fool collide. The cards don't lie, they don't take sides. Face of bones, devil's grin. The river pulls it, pulls you in. Crossroads dance, the candle burns. Every draw is a lesson learned.
Hey, Donna, hope all is well. Hello, Sam. Hope all is well. Oh, wow. Got quite a few people joining us on Facebook. Hi, Lisa. I hope all is well.
The devil's grin. The river pulls, it pulls you in. Crossroads dance, the candle burns. Every draw is
looks like LEX. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me live this evening. Oh, awesome. So Lisa just shared on Facebook that she is doing some moon magic tonight. If you don't mind please share with us what you're doing. Lexi. Lex. Okay. Sorry about that. So Sam shared on Facebook Live that someone is filming a Cajun horror movie, a Cajun horror comedy called The Froid. So if anyone isn't familiar, that means the when you have the runs. I'm going to go outside and see the moon in just a moment. Anyone else doing anything magical this evening with the moon? Elisa says that she is doing a release and charging and a cleansing liquid. Awesome. So one of the things I used to do, and I haven't done it in a while, so that's why I said used to. It's not that I stopped, I just haven't done it in a while. And that is I take a silver bowl. Oh, I used my silver bowl earlier, so it's not out here. I had to clean it. I did a hex test for someone earlier, so I have a beautiful silver bowl. Well, it was beautiful. Years of putting salt in it have destroyed it, to be honest. But I used to sit it out in the moonlight, and I'd also add some shards of selenite to it. Not shards. Sorry. Sometimes I have a trouble pronouncing some things. And I would put it out underneath the moonlight. Tracy on Facebook says she'll be howling at the moon barefoot. Awesome. Sounds like a great evening to be had there for sure. So yeah, a lot of people do make moon water. That's when you leave moon water out for the moonlight to shine onto. Reflecting that sun's light off the moon and into the water charges it. It's great cleansing water that can be used in various ways. Some people ingest it. Like I said, though, I used to add selenite, and if you do put selenite into something, it becomes poisonous. So you don't want to drink that. But a lot of people do drink their moon water. I will say proceed with caution. Even just letting water sit overnight in South Louisiana will probably attract bugs and whatnot, and ingesting that may cause some things. May want to put in the microwave for a couple of minutes. Oh, awesome, Amber. Awesome. Amber, you had the new moon circle tonight. So that was going on tonight at Synergy. For those who are interested, there is the new moon circle. Not new moon. Is it full moon? Oh my God, y'all! What is this? The full moon. My goodness. The full moon circle. So Tara does host various events like that. Lisa's sharing with us on Facebook that she will also be charging all of her decks in the moonlight and walking barefoot in the grass. Awesome. Very interesting there. Good time to connect with nature. So a lot of people say that the full moon is for the ladies and the new moon is for the men, but this. Oh, I understand. Absolutely, Amber. Yeah, these times are tough for sure. So, we're talking about energy and charging. So this kind of leads into one of the first things I want to talk to you all about this evening, and that's an energy exchange. So I was able to actually, I went to Synergy earlier today to drop off some new products and also to replenish the shelves, and also noticed that I need to bring out some more stuff out there. That I completely forgot. Didn't realize I was almost sold out of Florida water. For those who are not familiar, I do make my own Florida water, which is so it is Florida that I've taken from the springs in Denham, and so there are real springs in Denham Springs, and as well as in Greenwell Springs. The ones in Greenwell Springs have been plugged, and the one in Denham Springs is barely a trickle. That's basically comes to a very small bird bath. Basically, it's not much bigger than that. But I've retrieved some water there when I went last time. The water is quite dirty, I will say that. So it is boiled and it is filtered through charcoal before I actually do make Florida water with this. So Lisa also mentions that she has to put her crystals out too to cleanse. Yes, right now is a good time to cleanse crystals and to recharge them as well. So while we're on the subject of energy, that's what I was going to mention. While I was at Synergy today, I ran into Dr. Michelle LeBlanc. For those who are not familiar with her, she it does healing with Michelle, and she works with like past lives as well as clearing blockages and things like that. Does work a lot with prosperity and growth in people, and basically manifestations. And I met her for the first time a few years back, and she helped me out a lot. And I am one of the reasons I became who I am today is because she gave me a little push. And the reason for that, I will say, is that I used to do a lot of tarot card readings for free, right? And I do them as a charity service very often. And when everyone would ask, I would just, sure, I'll do your reading, which kind of like I do tonight, but I'd go to these extensive readings, and I'd also meet people at different places, and actually go out my way to do readings for individuals. Um, but I often found myself very drained at the end of the day, and I actually started backing off, and I actually put the cards down for a whole year, didn't even touch them. Uh, and the reason for it is because I just felt like my energy was just being sucked out of me. So when thank you so much, Tracy, for the likes, by the way. Thank you so much on TikTok. Um, and when I talked to Dr. LeBlanc, she explained to me that there has to be a give and take between you and the client that you're working with, and this energy exchange. There has to be an energy exchange. And it could be you accepting a gift, it could be money, it could be anything, but it has to be a quid pro quo, as she said today when I spoke to her again, because I was mentioning it to someone else, that has to be, I give to you, you give to me, right? I do for you, you do for me. uh because if not, it's a huge someone just said it on TikTok, it's an energy depletion. You will be left drained. And that's what our whole society is based off of, money. And while we talk about the evils of money and greed and things like that, and those are definitely issues, but when it comes down to it, it is a type of exchange, bartering and everything like that. uh, uh, um, what's the word I'm looking for there? I'm kind of at a loss for words for a second. There has to be that exchange, because if not, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. So it's definitely not something that uh, you want to keep giving and giving and giving. Then there's nothing more of you to give. Okay. So there has to be that exchange, right? Now I do short readings on lives for this, like this, and y'all replenish me by giving me different types of knowledge and things that I'm not familiar with. So, for example, on Facebook right now, someone's named Household Magic and Shenanigans asks, "Can you explain full moon during perigee? Sorry, is it more powerful than a regular full moon?" I'll be honest, I have no idea. I have no idea. If I recall my astronomy classes that I took a very long time ago, perigee is when it's closest to Earth, right? I think. I think. Uh, I would make the assumption that it's more powerful because that is typically when the moon is brighter and fuller, and it's closer. But I do not know. I'll be honest, and I'm not very familiar with the lore behind it in various cultures. So I'd have to defer that to someone that may know, but I honestly do not know. And y'all, it is okay to say when you do not know something. And I'll be very honest with you. Uh, I am very limited on my knowledge when it comes to moon magic. That's just not one of my areas of expertise. It's just not something that I've typically have worked with. So if it was, that would be something I honestly would have to look up. And there are actually great books out there for moon magic. For those who are interested, and there's a lot of good sources online as well. Just make sure you use a reputable source, because you want to make sure that you're honoring either tradition or actually getting an actual an answer. Thank you so much, the Tipsy Terrorist, and all the others, Karen and Boudreaux, and all the others that are liking the post. It's very much appreciative. Thank you so much. All right, so getting back into energy. So why does charging matter, right? And charging sets a boundary that values your time, values your skill and your energy, right? Um, and I have some notes here that I'm going to read. It says it acknowledges the spiritual work is work, right? And it requires years of practice, learning, and experience. Its compensation, this compensation replenishes you uh, for what you expend, right? Um, and it kind of goes into charging isn't greed, it's sustainability, right? It replenishes you. And that's what makes it so important. Uh, and then this my notes here also go into it's okay to charge for your spiritual services. And I know traditionally in some uh, things like a traiteur does not charge, but a traiteur does accept gifts. Like a traiteur may do a healing for someone and then find a chicken tied up at their door the next morning, or maybe a meal of some sort, or when they're invited over to do the healing, they're given dinner, one of those things. Um, so there is an exchange there, and like conversations that we're having here, there's an exchange as well, and that's great, and that's how it replenishes each and every one of us. Oh, household magic, no problem. I wish I was able to help. Um, So, at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and do my first reading for the evening. So, y'all know how we do this. If you're familiar, if you're interested, tell me you would like a reading, and whoever comes up first on one of the 3 platforms I'm streaming on today. I'm not streaming on Instagram today. I'm only streaming on YouTube here, Facebook here, and TikTok here. So, if you're interested in receiving a reading, let me know. Like I said, there is a major delay. Amber, this is for you. This will be for you. You're the first to respond on Facebook. So, and I'll give others y'all a chance to get one. Again, it sometimes shows up out of order. It just the first one that appeared for me is Amber. So I will go ahead and do this little short 3-card reading for you. So I've been pretty much shuffling this whole time. So I'm now going to connect with your energy here. All right. So let's go ahead and let's see past, present, and future. Okay. So past, we have 4 of accordions. Okay. And this is typically, showing a focus on the wrong thing. Okay. And when I say a focus on the wrong thing, you are focusing heavily on what is missing rather than what you have, right? And that can easily happen to us, right? And this is in your past, by the way. There's a heavily longing for something, something that you're detached yourself from, and it's a really, really difficult situation for you, because it's something that you sometimes believe you need, but you're not realizing that you have what you need is already here. Okay, it's not something you really need. It's you don't need that. You got something else you can focus on. Okay. The current situation has the 2 of accordions. This is contracts, agreements. This is sometimes love, relationships. And the reason I say contracts is this is typically an arrangement that's made with someone else, to a mutual benefit for both. And it's typically known as the marriage card. So people see it as marriage, and it could just simply be family. For it being in your present, I would say that Well, we've also had some conversations too, so I don't want to let my what I know influence while I'm reading the card, but it kind of is at the same time. I feel that um, we were just talking about that energy exchange, and you're waiting for your return. You've put out a lot and not receiving in return like you should, right? So that's very, very, very important that you do receive what you've put out there, especially what you've done for others. The least they can do is compensate you for what you've done, right? Uh, they're not doing anything extra like they should, which they should be supporting you to the ends of the earth because you were there for them when they needed you. Now it's time for them to be there for you. The future card has the Derek in reverse. This is telling me that some things will be coming to an end. Um, and it's not abrupt like it would be of the Derek were reversed. It's not going to be like an argument or a disagreement. It's going to be you have to do what's best for you in the end. So that could be changing course for you and your focus, um, and looking into different avenues for yourself to improve oneself. Uh, this could be career. For me, honestly, I'll be honest with you. It seems heavily on the career. Just again, uh, from our conversations, it seems that way. Um, I don't think, even though we've had two accordions here, I don't think it's relationship wise, except that it could be those business relationships that will be coming to an end in a sense. And it's about rebuilding as well. When the Derek's in reverse, it's now the moment when you start to rebuild. So I think that's also important. There was actually kind of going off topic from the reading here, and I hope it made sense for you, Amber. But kind of going off topic, the Derek card, it's the Tower card, right? And those of you familiar with tarot, there's a deck that came out about 10 years ago called the As Above, So Below deck. And it's two actual decks that are part of a set. And I never really could connect with it personally. It was very female dominant, which is, again, totally fine. I just personally didn't connect with it well. So I passed it on to someone else. Um, and in that deck, though, one of the really cool things that I liked was the Tower card was actually a house with a for sale sign in the front of it because the house is being sold after a divorce, which is quite interesting too. And if you think about it, how devastating that can be and how much, uh, um, how much energy goes into that and how much change comes. Um, hey, Shyla, how's it going? Y'all, I was gonna give out shout out to my cousin there, Ugly Shyla. So we met online about a couple of years ago, and um, we have mutual friends and whatnot. And I was visiting my cousin, which found out is a cousin of Shyla, and my cousin Nikki is quite a distant cousin from me, and actually, she is related to my sister-in-law quite closer. I know this is sounding like a whole lot of hee-haw, but Nikki's like sixth or seventh from me, but she's like my sister-in-law, my half brother's wife's third cousin, so they're quite close. And Nikki and Shyla are close in closer cousins. Well, Nikki's like, she might be related to you. So I looked it up on our ancestry and found that we're actually third cousins. So we're actually not even that far distant. So if anyone's not familiar, Ugly Shyla on Facebook. I'm not sure if I've seen you anywhere else, Shyla, but she has these really awesome voodoo dolls that she puts out and other interesting artwork as well. And also Grigri bags she does and all this local Cajun Creole Grigri hoodoo stuff as well. So If you ever want to check her out, please do. Ugly Shyla. Like I said, you can find her on Facebook. I believe Instagram as well. I'm not sure if you're on TikTok, but look her up. I'm sure y'all would really enjoy her stuff for sure. So the screen TikTok is just scrolling like crazy. So I'm at the back up to see. Oh, okay. Someone said, interesting. Two cousins married and their kids are double cousins. That's really, really interesting. So I work with a set of twins who are married to a set of twins, and their kids are double cousins. And a few years ago, I actually taught two girls who I thought were twins, but they wouldn't, and I never could tell them apart. They were first cousins. But again, the product of two identical twins that married two identical twins. And they were born a year apart, but looked identical. Like, I've never even seen siblings look that close. I honestly thought they were twins. And like I said, I couldn't even, poor girls, I couldn't tell them apart. They always had to tell me. They would be like, it's Christine. Thank God for IDs. Let me tell you, they could have pulled one on me. One could have took the other's test and I would never noticed. All right. You're welcome, Amber. I'm glad it made sense for you. And just some advice from you from these cards. Be prepared to make a change, and I'm not sure exactly what that change means. And it could be just taking your business into a different direction. Maybe doing some more marketing in a case like that. Maybe refocusing your energy. If things aren't panning out with some, maybe focus on something new, and again, it could just take different forms. So I really hope the best for you with that. All right, so I mentioned a book last time, and I didn't have it next to me, and I want to do it now because this is really awesome. So, and I see my screens are reversed for both of them. God, I hate that. So this is Louisiana Legends and Lore. It is by Alan Brown. Okay, Louisiana Legends and Lore by Alan Brown. Y'all, this is a good read. I am discovering so much. This is kind of it's kind of helping me find new places to go and check out in Louisiana. And I'm definitely going to be taking that time and doing that. And it mentions a lot of things. Nottoway Plantation. If you're not familiar, it recently burned down. Interesting. Haunted Harris Hall at UL. I don't know if I remember where Harris Hall is. I'm not familiar with Harris Hall. That must be PE or something. I don't. I would have never been in the PE building, so I don't know. I really don't know what Harris Hall is, but apparently it's it's at 544 McKinley Street. That must be on the boys or girls dorms on that end. Very interesting. But yeah, there's a lot of stories in here, a lot throughout Louisiana, a lot that I never even heard of, like that one. And the neutral zone. What's this? Oh, okay. This is Bonnie and Clyde. So stuff like that. Legends and Lore. Really, really interesting book. Again, Louisiana Legends and Lore is by Alan Brown. Check him out. I have no idea who this guy is, so I'm not trying to endorse him or anything. I'm just saying it's an awesome book. I didn't find another book. I wish I had it with me. It's not in the room. So, but it is another Louisiana Legends. It's actually based on New Iberia, and I found it yesterday at a thrift shop in New Iberia. So it was definitely a good find. It was one of those things I couldn't pass up. And I also found Rugi's got a friend now because he's got to get to school somehow. So we found Allie. This is Allie, Rugi's little ride to school. So we'll be featuring them more, and when we come up with doing more of the Discover Louisiana, I do plan on featuring them in the episodes. Why did this save these cards? I have no idea. Oh, okay. Let's see. What's another part of our conversation? Let me check out my notes here. Things to discuss for the evening. Connecting with your intuition. So this is something that I actually kind of had a discussion with today as well. So I put out a new book called "Shuffle Your Life," and it's about connecting with the tarot cards by connecting them with your life. And it's about reading them intuitively as it connects with your life. It's the traditional card meanings interpreted through your life, and then you're reinterpreting them that way. And this strengthens your intuition, right? And there's many different ways to strengthen your intuition. Um, some people do it with the cards, like guessing which ones will come out next. It's easier to start with a regular a playing card deck where you can do black or red, and seeing how many get right or wrong. And again, magic and intuition are all part of improving probability. So long as you're getting more correct than wrong, you're improving your intuition and so forth, right? So that's just one way. Let's see, what's some other things I put? Intuition is your quiet inner voice or gut feeling guiding you. It often speaks softly in contrast to loud mental chatter. As trusting it requires practice and patience. Oh, hello, Maria. So Maria shares on TikTok that, hey, y'all, Moon's Magic tonight. Yep. We had welcome, and thank you for liking the live. Yeah, a lot of people are mentioning that, the full moon out tonight. It must be beautiful. I haven't seen it yet. I have my laser burner going right now in the garage, making more of the Louisiana themed Ouija boards. So I'm gonna have to, when I go out there and close up, I'm gonna have to check it out for sure. One other thing I want to mention before I move on to my next reading was I have also replenished the dowsing rods, and I've also updated the book. So if you're interested in learning dowsing, okay, these are two L-shaped copper wires. These are created and made by me. They're about a foot long. As you can tell, they're a little bit just slightly longer than a sheet of paper. You can get them at Synergy right now. You can also buy them online through my Etsy. They will be coming to Creative Roots and to Visions and Vibes soon as well. It comes with a booklet. I've expanded this booklet since my last release. It's now 20-something pages long. So I wanted to add more to the exercises and so forth. So there's a lot here. So just to give you a sense of what's included in the booklet, it says sense and define your aura sphere of influence. Accurately measure map energy fields. Expand and contract your aura for influence and protection. Detect and connect energy leaks, blockages, imbalances. Scan and align chakras for full system harmony. Work collaboratively in healing or ritual settings. Amplify energy with crystals and grids. Create protective boundaries and clear spaces. And detect energy remotely and integrate techniques into daily practice. So lots of different things there. So someone's asking, S. Landers, could you do any vids on New Iberia? I don't know if you had already. Actually, I haven't done any in New Iberia. I'm originally from New Iberia. I graduated from high school in New Iberia. Still work in New Iberia. I definitely do need to do more in New Iberia. I went through New Iberia yesterday, and I was going to film at the grotto in front of City Hall, but I haven't, and I really, really want to. The other one I want to focus on is Felicity. She was a Haitian medicine woman that came to New Iberia and taught the practice of healing to others. So I am trying to find more information about her. It's been very, very slim. I do need to visit the the museum in New Iberia, and I haven't done so. So there's two museums. There's one at the Shadows, and there's also one at um, down on Main Street, just past, and it's on the right. It's one of the old brick buildings. Hey, Red, glad you could join us. Great to see you. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things I want to focus on is the history of the Iberia and the uniqueness. Um, I want to look at the different indentations of the St. Peter's Church, for example. The current church is the third one to stand on that site. A lot of people don't realize that church is fairly new in comparison to a lot of others. It was built about 80 years ago, so it's not as old as some of the other churches in the area. Um, there's always been a church to sit on that site, but it has moved slightly over time. From where the parking lot is now was where the old church was before that, and just prior to that was where the church currently sits. There was a church there in the beginning. Also, City Hall, and I talked with someone today, New Iberia City Hall. The reason they got that grotto out by the library, it's because it still sits on Catholic land. It's not part of City Hall. That grotto originally was built for St. Peter's College. That was right there. Uh, so I'm really hoping to look at the history of St. Peter's College and stuff like that. Oh, awesome, Red. I'm glad. I'm really glad. All right, so I think it's time for me to do another little 3-card reading. The first person I see that says they're interested in receiving a 3-card reading, this one will be for you. So let's see. Who is interested in a little 3-card reading? And all of a sudden, everything's just stopped scrolling. Oh, like I said, let me check my YouTube. All right, Jenna Castile, this is for you. All right, so this is for Jenna on Facebook. All right, everyone, and again, I'll do another reading right after this one too, so we'll get a chance again if anyone's interested, and I'll call you out again if you're interested. Oh, that was a bad shuffle. I think it's time to flip them over and do one more time. All right. Jenna, you wouldn't happen to be one of the Castiles from New Iberia. All right, so this is for you. All right. All right, so simple 3-card reading, past, present, future. Interesting. The last card reading I just did had this in the two of accordions in the same spot. It could be the moon. All right, let's see. So in the past, we have the law in reverse. This leads me to think that there was a lot of imbalance. Things were not fair to you. Okay. There was a time when it just seemed like a lot of crap just kept happening to you. And it focused, it seemed personal, like something was out to get you. You may have felt like you were even cursed at some point because you never could get ahead. No matter what you did was wrong. It just nothing worked right. And I hope that makes sense for you when I say that there just seems to be a time where you're very concerned as an individual. Like, what did I do? What did I do to deserve this? You're questioning faith. You're questioning everything because you're worried about what did I do? Bye, Tracy. Thank you for joining. So the two of accordions now is in your present. This is more of a balance for you. Okay, so we went through some hard times, but it seems that you have found your peace for now. But the future shows the 9 of triangles. This leads me to think that you still have a lot of worry on your mind. You're worried that, but what could go wrong? A lot. And it's kind of preventing you from enjoying your current peace that you have. Like things are going pretty good for you, but you're constantly, the wheels are constantly turning with concern. And what this card's telling me is that don't be concerned. You're just you're creating worry for nothing. You're putting stress on yourself when you shouldn't. Enjoy what you have right now. Enjoy uh, the life that you've been given. Okay. Um, please don't make something out of nothing. Okay. And there's a lot of positive that's going to come to you. You can't focus so much on the negative. In fact, you may be manifesting it. When you focus so much on the bad things that have happened, then more bad things typically happen. We got to focus on the good things. That actually reminds me, and I hope this reading made sense for you, Jenna. That there was this lady, and I cannot remember her name, but she used something called the SPEC method: selected, projected, expected, and collected. And she pretty much won every drawing she ever signed up for. When she'd win the lot, she won the lottery multiple times. And what she did was she looked at things in her life that she could possibly win at. Okay. So simple drawings, like, a lot of businesses used to do it where you put your business card in the box for possibly winning a turkey for Thanksgiving, right? Those kind of things. And what she'd do is she'd pick something that she could win at and focus on it. And then she would project it, right? She would really, really focus and pray and meditate on winning what she wanted. She would see herself and what she wanted her end goal to be. She would focus on, like, for example, she wanted to say, I want to meet someone, I want to meet, the love of my life. She wanted to say, oh, I don't know how I'm going to meet that person, so on and so forth. She would actually see herself in a wedding dress, in a happy life, with children, those kind of things. So when you say projected, you have to really fully explore what the realization of this winning could lead to. Okay. So she really had a goal. And then she would expect it. Like, it wasn't that if I win, it was I am going to win. It was never a doubt in her mind that she was going to win. And the last part is collected. And she, like I said, probability is she definitely won a lot of it very often. In fact, let me look her up real quick because, the internet is a beautiful thing. Let me see. What was her name? Helen Hadsell. HELEN HADSELL. And she was known as the contest queen, it says. So if anyone's interested in that, it's kind of like The Secret, right? That positive manifestation, positive mindset. So if you focus on this is too hard, I'm never going to get it, then you already put yourself out of that growth mindset. You're now in that mindset that I'll never get it. I suck at this. And you're telling yourself all these negative things, and you're allowing that negativity to fester. You have to say, okay, this is hard, but I'm going to get it. I got it. Okay. Not even I'm going to, I got it. I understand this. This, I will make an A, right? I will, I will become a millionaire. You know, you got to focus on it. You got to focus on your goal. I will have that degree. You know, so interesting. So I'm looking at some facts about her. She won over 5,000 contests, including a house, a car, tables, and numerous trips. People called her lucky, but her consistent wins led to others to recognize the method as a powerful strategy, not mere chance. Very interesting. Oh, there's actually a whole documentary on her. So, method to manifest your dreams, it says. So, I am honestly going to be looking into her more because it's definitely, we see it when they train us as being teachers, right? About a growth mindset and how we should focus on that mindset and you know and growing ourselves personally. But you know, as like I said, as a teacher, um, we have to have that end in mind. Like I'm a math teacher, so I will solve equations. It's not a I will learn to, and I will solve it. I will know how to do it. You know, so that's what that's all about with growth mindset is knowing that we're going to continue to grow and we got to continue to push ourselves. So it's not only will I know and will be able to, I will do it 100% of the time. So that's another method of manifestation, shall I say, with your energy. Speaking of manifestation, sometimes people say they manifest signs. This was another one that discussion I want to bring up tonight. That what are signs? So, coming from my notes here, it says signs are unexpected events, synchronicities, or repeating patterns that might feel meaningful. One of the most common signs is like right now, my left hand is itching. What is that in Cajun culture? And when they say your left hand itches, anyone know? What about if your right hand itches? I don't know if I lost some people. I think kind of stopped scrolling there. Tipsy therapist said one of them means money. So typically, the left hand itches. The common interpretation is you're losing money soon. I hope I'm not. And the right hand is for receiving. Okay. Blaze says it's time for gumbo. It's time for gumbo. So, right hand is the right hand that you receive, like you handshake someone, you receive them. That's money coming in. Left hand itches, that's money going out, unfortunately. What was I going on with this? I forgot. Oh, signs. Red bird. How many of y'all see a red bird or a yellow butterfly? A red bird or a yellow butterfly. Now, a lot of times people will say that this is someone who has passed visiting us. That is a very common belief that it is someone visiting us. True story. So my dad passed away on November 5th, 2014. We had his funeral on November 7th. And we were expecting him to pass, though. So that's why we had the funeral so quickly. I'll be honest, we were all tired. He was tired. We were all tired. And he passed away peacefully. And it was his time. He was on borrowed time a very long time. But one of his best friends had just passed away just a couple of months before him. And they were known for getting into trouble together. And nothing bad, y'all. Like, it was always just silliness. And my his friend was very prim and proper and very, very religious and very Catholic. So my dad would pull out his bad side, shall I say, and get him to do things he normally wouldn't have, or make him laugh at dirty jokes when he normally wouldn't have. But the day of my dad's funeral, my brother opened a door to go outside to smoke a cigarette, and two birds flew in. Not only did they fly into the house, they flew and made a beeline for the master bedroom, and then decided they wanted to get caught up in the shower and did not want to leave. Y'all, it was the craziest things. We were with brooms and everything trying to get these birds out of the house. Shortly after, the TV, by the way, 2014, TVs don't do this anymore. But some reason that day it did. The TV turned to static. Went to static. Digital TV. Most digital TVs don't even go to static. But I can't explain it to this day. And that's when we're like, all right, time to go. But the night before, both my mom and my brother's ex-girlfriend both say that they felt my father's presence in the house. And, sometimes you see these birds, and that's a sign that, it's a loved one coming to pay visit. A lot of people say that. Some people say, it's that cold chill you get sometimes that someone's watching you. Or they say, what is it? A cat walked over your grave. They got that. So there's a lot of sayings, right? And there's a lot of beliefs in these, right? So maybe those birds really are our loved ones visiting us. Maybe the bird was guided to be there. Or maybe birds are not real. They're just recharging on the power lines. Y'all, I hear some things. I will tell you, I hear a lot of interesting stories over time. And I'll be honest, the birds are not real when it really does make me laugh. So if you believe birds are not real, yes, I'm laughing at you. I'm sorry. No, birds are real. I know a lot of people that have gone bird hunting, and even those little black birds that land on the power lines, they've cooked those too. So Edie, or Edie, I'm sorry, is sharing on Facebook that I think it's a she, that she smelled Papa's aftershave after he came to get Momo. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, a lot of people say that they'll go smells or just feeling their presence. Someone, like you see their shadow or, just something reminds you of them. So those are all signs, and sometimes there are signs. So sometimes the signs are through a cultural lens, right? Some people say when the clock hits 11:11, right? Or 111 or 333, those angel numbers they're called. That's some significance. Because you notice it right at that moment. Sometimes it's the number 7. Number 7 comes up in many different cultures as important. It depends on your culture. It depends on your associations. It depends on, again, timing and context and all these different things. This says some practical tips for working with signs. And it says, stay open and grounded. Don't force meaning onto every random occurrence. Okay. You want to, if something's meaningful, it's meant to be meaningful. Don't force it. Okay. Notice some repetition. Okay. So if something happens again and again, okay, it says like one random feather may not mean much, but 5 in a week may be a sign. So Blaze says on Facebook, I've been seeing 333 every single day for the last whole year. Wow. That's an interesting one, actually. That's really interesting. Van Ray on TikTok says, I occasionally smell brute aftershave, which I believe is my pappy telling me he's near. I 100% believe that. 100% believe that. So 333, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure the significance. I know it's an angel number, and I'm pretty sure it's associated with the Trinity. Let's see, angel number 333. What does the lucky internet say for us? Divine support, yeah, the Trinity, I figured that. Mind, body, spirit, past, present, future, birth, life, death. It's also divine support, balance, and encouragement. It's a moment of expansion and growth. 3 relates to creativity, communication, and expression. It signals momentum. It's a triple triple. That makes sense. Oh, interesting, Shyla. I'm okay. So I'm not familiar with any of the Orishas. I'll be honest. So I don't. I personally don't work uh, with the Orishas, so I'm not familiar with them. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking her up, and I don't know how to pronounce that, and I don't want to offend. So Shyla mentions. Oh, Legba. Okay. Okay, Legba. So typically who we know as Papa Legba, right? Is that correct? Again, I'm not too familiar with these. God of the Crossroads. Very interesting. Very interesting. Orisha Crossroads and paths, right? Um, so guardian of doors, thresholds, and opportunities. So Blaze, I know you asked for a reading earlier, and you came up second, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little short reading now because you bring up this 333, and now I'm curious, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So I'm breaking my own little rule here, and I'm gonna give Blaze just a reading because I'm curious what this 333 is. 3 multiples of 3, that's 9. So, like I said, I'm also a math person, so. Huh. That's crazy every single day. All right, let's see. We're going to put 3 cards for 333. What does this mean? Okay, so you just got 3 cards in reverse. I'm trying to pick them all up at the same time. You got these 3 cards in reverse. Y'all. Okay, no, I thought it was a 2 of accordion again. All right, so you got 3 of washboards in reverse. 3. Momo in reverse. And ace of accordions in reverse. You know how sometimes there are signs and it's telling you, that you need to pay attention. But to me, when I see the Momo in reverse, it's you being hard headed and not paying attention to what's right in front of you. 3 of washboards. Huh. An ace of accordions. I'll be honest, I'm having trouble interpreting this. Almost as bad as your 3s. It almost feels like something isn't working for you and you know it's not working for you, but you can still continue to do it because it's what's expected out of you. And you know you need to forge your own path. You're kind of doing the same thing in repetition because it's expected of you, but you have something or you want to do something different and you're just not taking that opportunity. You're going to thrive at it. I'm not sure exactly what it is that you actually want to do or what's your focus here. It could be career because I remember doing a reading for you a while back and we had mentioned something with maybe a career change. I almost feel like something's banging you over the head saying, do it, do it, do it, do it, like bringing you into a new, something totally different, something totally unexpected of you. But you're just kind of afraid to do it. Something's been telling you to do it. Is there someone that passed that was close to you? Like, I'm talking about really close, like someone that you would take their advice from. Because I'm feeling that it could be a message from them and you're just keep ignoring it. Like they're trying to tell you something and you know what they're trying to tell you, but you're just like trying to avoid it. Like, nope, not me. Nope, can't do it. Call them like making excuses for it. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from these three cards, especially with them in reverse. So I'll pull another card because I'm interested. Nine of Fiddles. A nine, 3 times 3. Oh, interesting. Huh. That wasn't what I was expecting. I'll be honest with you. I was thinking someone more that you would have had a personal relationship with. Huh. I don't know. I just feel like something's telling you, you got to do it, got to do it, got to do it. I don't know what it is. I'm definitely kind of curious. I'm not going to lie. But you know what it is. I always hit the nail on the head. Interesting. So this makes sense to you. That makes sense. Awesome. Yeah. I'm not sure. But I will say that you do need to. If you go into that direction, you're going to be successful. You just need to do it. You need to put your fear behind. Don't worry about what other people judge you or if you fail. Failures are just lessons, right? You know, like no one's meant to pass a quiz. People get all up in arms about a quiz. If you pass the quiz the first time, that means you've already learned it. There's nothing else to learn. You know. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. How maybe doing both at the same time. It could be. I'm sure a lot of people were interested in that. To be honest, that's a growing industry. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I just thought about something. Where's that card? No. Huh. So this card is heavily on growth. And what I mean is like plants and stuff like that. So and curating it. It's basically saying you're not curating it like you're supposed to. So I that could definitely be it. Definitely be it. Well, go for it. Stop talking about it. Stop sitting on your hands, like they say. All right, y'all. It's 9 o'clock. I actually do have some schoolwork I need to do tonight. I just want to say thank you all for joining tonight. Uh, Please feel free to reach out anytime. I saw someone earlier and say they tried to reach out to me on TikTok. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I get like 1,000 porn messages a day on TikTok. I don't know why. I get all these women that are like, "You look like you're such a handsome man. Are you single?" I swear to God, I get 1,000 a day. So I'll be honest, I don't answer any messages on TikTok. I don't even scroll through them. There's just too many, and there's not enough to even attempt. So message me on Facebook. I don't have any spam there. Facebook does a good job at policing it, so it all goes to the spam folder. But yeah, our CajunContra@gmail.com if you're trying to reach out to me in another way. All right, y'all. Oh, you're welcome, Blaze. No problem. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Thank you so much for joining. Where's my